getting past the line of scrimmage. We got to go forward. Right? And so there's a lot that goes into it, right? It's making sure, right, we're connecting our doubles, making sure I'm reading it. Right? For me, I got to focus on what I got to do. It is as far as, hey, making sure I'm setting up these guys and making sure that I'm making plays as well, right? I got to make some people miss. It's not always going to be the cleanest slip, and making sure I'm moving forward. And so that's really where I want to start. And then it gets beyond that is trying to make more plays on top of what I have been doing, because this is the NFL. We get paid to be playmakers, and that's what I have to be for this team.
And then just the challenge of that, and then you look at the defensive front of the Chiefs. What are they showing you guys?
Yeah, they got a solid front for sure. A lot of these defenses that we go against, they're gonna have a solid front. Everyone has their own flavor of who's their real stud. Obviously, we know Chris Jones is definitely one of the better players in the NFL. So you have to have a plan for these guys. I call them werewolves. Like, they got a couple werewolves on their side, and we'll have a plan. It's making sure we can get four hands on him. Maybe we're doing different motions, different things to make him have to play different ways instead of just one way up the field, and that's what it'll be. Like it is every week.
When you say is that just the Chiefs defensive front, or is that any
I'm saying when you
lineman?
get these defensive linemen that are like, this is a guy. Like, okay. Those are like, it's actually Joe Lombardi's term. I stole it from him because I thought it was so good. Like, a couple werewolves, like Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, couple werewolves. You gotta have a plan for these guys.
Chris Jones.
Yeah, for sure.
What makes him one of the elite?
Powerful, strong, smart, good with his hands. His play style, I think, is really like, get my hands on you, and then I'm swimming or I'm moving or I'm quick. And I feel like he's deceivingly quick for how big he is, and he can get through that. He can get skinny, and so he's very shifty for the size and what he can bring with his power and strength. Yeah.
What is it about your guys' matchups? I know every game this season has been a one-score game, but going back many seasons now with the Chiefs, always a one-score game.
Man, the Chiefs, yes, it's always an exciting game. And I love playing at their stadium. I love playing at our stadium because it's always a good energy. And man, it's back and forth. It's two good teams going head-to-head, so that's what you'd expect, right? Is probably a pretty close game. And obviously we're not trying to make it close, but this is the NFL. They have good players, we have good players, and when you get those matchups, it tends to be like that.
Is there a little bit more juice in it because it is the Chiefs, a division rival, stuff like that?
I mean, we're always, I feel like, maxed out as far as juice, but there's always things you can put on top of, that makes it, even more of a great feeling. Like, these types of games are the games that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life, where it's like we played a division rival, against the Chiefs. We could play these guys twice a year. I have some great memories, and I know how, like, a lot of family comes out to these games. So for that reason, I think that's why they'll stick with me. It's still, the game is still the game. As far as we're playing football, we're still, motivated to play as best we can. But it's those other little extra things that make the memories.
Hey, Austin, just record-wise, 2-3, you and the team. Disbelief, shocked, surprised at where you're at this point?
Well, I mean, we live in reality, and reality is we're 2-3, and we've earned that record. We haven't been able to play to get over that hump. Obviously, we want to play better than that, and guess what? We have another opportunity this week to hopefully get back to even and get on the plus side of our record.
But there's no added frustration or any kind of thing like that.
Nah, I mean, why would we be frustrated? I feel like the grind and the preparation take care of that. For me, anyway, I think about the ways that I can affect the game and the plays that I can make. And I know everybody else is thinking that way as well.
Has anything changed for you in the last two games in terms of, you obviously had 6-1, and you had one early last game.
Yeah.
Anything different for you, or what's been the difference?
I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing that's gonna get me chipped. Get me chipped. You trying to get me chipped the rest of the year? I'm not saying nothing. I don't know what's going on. It's the play calls, Coach Staley and Coach Gill. They're putting us in right positions and we're able to make plays.
How about the Mahomes? What's the biggest challenge of going against him?
Man. I mean, he's stamping himself as being one of the greats to play this game. You see what his resume has been in such a short amount of time, and the respect level that I have for him, understanding what he was able to do for that team, and just knowing we're gonna have our hands full, it's gonna be a big challenge.
What is it about him that makes him so tough to deal with?
Just his ability to improvise. outside of the pocket. He can make the deep throws down the field. He can dump the ball over his head. He can flip the ball behind his back. So you got all those different intangibles from the quarterback position. He's out there playing free, almost playing like backyard football, so to speak. But he's doing it at a high level every Sunday. So just being prepared for that, getting prepared for that, it's going to be a challenge.
A big game against the Raiders, then started off last week the way you did. Is there any as a pass rusher, is there any such thing as like getting momentum, getting in a zone kind of thing, or does that just not exist?
I'm not saying nothing. Do me a favor and look at the film from the first 2 games and the last 3 games. And you could tell, you would be able to tell me the difference.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Are
to
you
get myself.
superstitious?
Yeah.
Off the
Yeah. For that, I am.
How's that been navigating life with a broken toe?
It's been tough. The first couple weeks were tough. Just was definitely disappointed after having a couple good weeks, kind of getting the hamstring back. Get stepped on. Obviously, it was an accident, but dealing with that, it was tough. Definitely the first week or so where I wasn't able to do much to keep working on my hamstring. So I was kind of just dealing with the hamstring and the toe. But taking the week off at the Raiders and having that bye week to be able to train was really helpful. And I definitely still sore in the toe, but the hamstring's feeling pretty much 100%. Just trying to get back in shape while not doing too much to inflame the toe. But it should be healing fine now. It's just going to be sore every now and again, so it's not too big of a deal.
And what happened on that play? What was the situation? Did you know immediately?
No, I just got stepped on. It felt like your usual gets your toes stepped on all the time when you're in the trenches. So definitely was a pretty intense play. Got up, and just as the game went, my anti-inflammatories maybe were fading a little bit, and the pain started getting worse, but we didn't really know that it was broken until the day after. But it's just a small fracture in the tip, the top bone, so distal phalanx or whatever the hell it's called. So yeah, it's just got to manage it, make sure I'm keeping it in ice and taking care of it, but it shouldn't be a problem anymore.
This was in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay. Not a whole lot you can do about a broken toe, right? In terms of maintenance?
Yeah, so I just doing the bone stim, doing ice, moving it as much as I can, doing what I can to rehab my hamstring. So the last few weeks have been, was just really focused on getting back. Had some great training, wasn't able to do quite as much as I would normally want to for my hamstring because of the limitations with the toe getting sore and that, but we had a long enough of a period with the bye week and the Raiders week and the week to prepare for last game. After those 3 weeks, it was enough time to get the hamstring back into shape, and it's not a problem anymore. Kind of disappointed that it was a problem to begin with at all. Kind of pride myself in taking care of those injuries like that, but I think it was just a little bit of an overuse from the first game. But the toe's coming around. It gets a little sore now and again, but the bones should be healing now. So it's all just about time.
And you're just for games, you're just taping it up, or just letting it
hang? Just letting it hang. Yeah.
Okay.
We were gonna shoot it up last week, but I felt good enough to where I didn't want to. There's always a risk when you can't feel it, but I felt pretty confident going into the game. Definitely was a little nervous. Kind of how everything would respond after just training. Wasn't really able to practice, but I felt really good out there. I think we did a good job with rotation, and my hamstring is feeling 100%. It's just got to make sure I take care of this toe for a few more weeks, and it shouldn't be a problem.